In this video, I'm going to go over the Asterians for Fightfight. So the Asterians are basically Mantic's version of Space Elves. They aren't really seen that much in their physical form, usually using robots and drones to do their work for them. They've also got units that they command from far away called ciphers that are usually controlled one per person, but if you're skilled enough you can control more than one cipher, although marionettes usually have a central control hub where you can control quite a few because they're a lot less powerful, a lot less efficient, shall we say. There are also actually fleshy units, to want of a better term, such as the Kalishi, which are more nomadic Asterians. They're not as high tech as it was, they're faster, they use like bows and spears and that sort of thing, which is fine, it works. There's also things such as the Asterians, which are space samurai sumo lizard folk. That's basically it. They basically want to keep things as neutral as possible. So if they think that one faction is getting a bit too big, then they go after them a bit more. But basically they try to keep things balanced. They're not too bothered if someone's going to get killed, as long as the balance isn't going to get stopped. So, let us begin. You'll find the Asterians in the Command and Protocols book on page 72. So, starting with the orders, you've got the first one, energize, 1 command point, replenish 1 shield previously lost on a unit with the shield N ability. So, like ciphers have got shields, you can put 1 shield back that they've lost for that turn. And you can boost it for an extra command point, replenish 3 shields on the unit instead of 1. You may not increase the shields beyond the unit's original listed number using this order. So this needs a little bit of a clarification, but this essentially means if you use the basic version of Energized or the boosted version. But quite honestly, it's really good. Especially on ciphers and vehicles. On marionettes, not useful at all. In fact, anything that's not cipher based, it's just pointless, quite frankly. Have the Overlords got shield? They've got to have, surely. The Overlords have got to have. Overseer, yeah, the Overseer's got shields as well. So yeah, anything that's not marionette, Kalishi, or Matsudan, not. It's good on anything but them, I should say. It's really good on anything but them. Next one is no charger for 2 command points. A unit may increase all its trademark weapons by 1 dice during a shoot or steady aim actions. Boosted for a +1 command point. In addition, the unit's trademark weapons gain +1 AP. Now, AP is a problem. A lot of weapons haven't got AP. The trademark weapons definitely haven't, so this is good. Trademark weapons increasing the dice by 1, so no rifle's got 2 dice. If you boost it, it gains AP 1 as well. They shoot on 3s, so they're going to be deadly. They are going to be deadly. You haven't got many in a unit, but even on the marionettes, it's not too bad on them either. It gives them 2 dice. They shoot on 5, so they're not bad. It gives them AP of 1, and you can have up to 10, so 10 of them with 2 dice each, that's 20 shots, which, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, all things considered. Next one is reposition for 1 command point. Oh, the weakness of no charger is, if you want to have it fully, you are going to have to spend 3 command points. So next one, like I was saying, is reposition for 1 command point. Units with the construct or walk keywords only. So it doesn't work on Kalishi or Matsudans, essentially. When performing an advanced action, the unit gains the teleport keyword. This gives them a fair bit more mobility, which is fairly nice actually. It can get them nearer to objectives or nearer to the enemies you want to get them near. You can boost it for 1 command point. Instead, when performing a sprint action, the unit gains the teleport keyword, which gains even more mobility. Honestly, I think it should have been boosted for 2 command points rather than just 1. So if you want to get the best effect, you're going to have to spend 3. But that's just a personal thing, if I'm honest. But for manoeuvrability purposes, I think it's really good. Next one is Precision Designs for 1 command point. All trademark weapons in the unit add 6 to their range. So 24 inch, if we take the no rifles for example. It's a shame we can't use 2 orders on the same unit a turn, but that's how it is. But shooting on 3's 24 inch range, that's nasty. When most standard weapons are 18 inch range. I mean, the Forge Fathers and Enforcers have got 18 inch range, they shoot on 4's. 24 inch shooting on 3's, that's ridiculous. Next we have Power Diverters for 1 command point. The unit can lose 1 shield it currently has to gain an additional 6 inch to the range of all of its ranged weapons or gain +1 AP. That's really nice actually. It's kind of like no charger, except you don't have to spend 2 command points to get the boosted effect of the trademark weapons. It works on all shooting weapons, so works on sniper rifles, works on fission beamers. So that makes it AP 4. So even on, say, 45 tanks, which are armor 9, potentially you can make to wound them on 5s rather than 6s, which is nasty. And you can boost it for 1 command point. Instead, the unit can lose 2 shields to gain +1 AP and 9 inch to the range of all of its ranged weapons. That is hideous, especially on things like ciphers. I mean, that's 27 inch range and AP 1. I mean, on the fissure beamer, that's 27 inch and AP 4. I mean, it doesn't have a... I mean, all units can use it, so what about the vehicles? Yeah, the Chroma has a super heavy fission beam, that's 36 inch range. You can make it 43, or what's worse is the Assassin with the railgun. You can make that 55 inch AP 5. That is really nasty. That is really, really nasty. But you are going to have to spend 2 command points to use it to get the best effects. But even using 1 to increase the range isn't bad at all. Or to get +1 AP, which again is pretty nice. Final one is Remote Robotic Reconstruction for 1 command point. Units with construct or vehicle keyword only. The unit recovers 1 hit point previously lost. Now, this needs FAQing, because does this mean models come back to life? Or does it mean models that have got more than 1 wound each? It's a little bit unclear, but I think it means it can bring models back to life, is what I see it as. You can boost it for 1 command point. Instead, the unit recovers 2 hit points previously lost. This unit can be used to return a model back to the unit previously. Hang on. Sorry. This order can be used to return a model back to the unit provided all other models in the unit are currently at full hit points. Wow, that's quite impressive. So yeah, it can bring models back to life. It's not going to be bad on ciphers, but the problem using it on ciphers is they've only got 1 health each, and you don't have many units. You can only have up to 6, but they do have 4 shields on the unit. However, on marionettes you can have up to 10 of them, and I do feel it's a lot more useful on that. Also, you can get vehicle keyword, so you can use it on Spectres. You can use it on any of the grav vehicles such as the Chromias, the Escorts and the Assassins. Can you use it on... Yeah, you can use it on the command vehicle. You've got options there, and all of these orders are quite useful in their own right. It's just a case of how you use them. A lot of them, the energize, the reposition, and the remote robotics one, they're more useful on the construct units. So your living units like you get Macedans and Kalishis are going to be a bit stiffed by them. But precision, actually, yeah, these orders aren't really going to help them whatsoever, actually. Although looking at Kalishi, let's have a look at Kalishi. Let's see if I'm wrong about that. Oh no, not Kalishi, Macedans. Let's see if I'm wrong about Macedans, actually. No, it's not going to help Macedans either. It's a shame. I would have liked to see a little bit of assistance to living units, but it is what it is. But if you take constructs as the main bulk of your army, they're going to be laughing. They really are. So, starting with the troops on page 72. Starting with the ciphers. Speed 612, shoot of 3, assault of 4, armour of 6, 1 hit point, nerve of 2+, height 2, unit strength 2, 65 points. And you get 3 of them. 2 in a leader. Advanced training, construct, controlled fire, evade, shields of 4. Now the cipher leader and the ciphers have got the same weapons, and no rifles are the same. So when I say no rifle for any other unit, I'm not going to repeat it unless it states otherwise. No is spelled N-O-H, by the way. So they've all got no rifles, which are 18-inch range, 1 dice, and trademark. They've got assault weaponry, which is assault, 1 dice. The downside, without going through anything else, you only get 3 of them. But you do shoot on 3s, and you have got 4 energy shields, which means you are going to be a fair bit harder to take down than you might think. Plus you've got armour of 6, which is nothing to sniff at. Your opponent's basic troops are going to struggle, even with AP on the weapons. You need 5s, so it's a 50-50. So does your opponent use their anti-armour stuff on them? Might that be a waste? So you can have an additional 3 ciphers for 20 points each. That might seem expensive, but again, they've got energy shields, they shoot on 3s, so having a maximum of 6, I think that's a fair trade-off rather than having the maximum of 10. There's swings and roundabouts here, and I think it's a fair trade-off, like I say. One of the ciphers can replace its weapons with the following. Just its range weapon, you keep the basic assault weapon that I've mentioned. You can have a fission beamer for 30 points. Range 18, 3 dice, AP3, anti-tank targeting systems. So that means you can fire it at a separate target than the rest of the unit, which isn't bad. Range is a bit short, but it's got 3 dice AP3 and it's good against tanks. Can't go wrong there. Force rifle for 5 points, 18-inch range, 4 dice. So if you take a maximum unit of 6 ciphers and give one a force rifle, that is 9 dice. It's only 5 points actually. 60. So it's 130 points to have 6 with a no rifle. Sorry, a force rifle. I'd probably do that, to be honest. Having 4 dice for only 5 points is pretty decent, to be honest. Next we have the light missile launcher for 15 points. Range 24, 1 dice, AP2, anti-aircraft, blast D2, targeting systems. So yeah, if you want to take a special weapon, do you want to add extra dice, do you want anti-tank, or do you want anti-aircraft? So you're going to have to choose. On most ciphers, I'd probably go with a force rifle, if I'm honest. Although the fission beamer, even if you don't use it for tank hunting, has got 3 dice, so that's not bad either. The light missile launcher is an in-between weapon. It's got the blast D2, so you can get 2 shots off with it, and it's AP2, so it's not bad. But how good is it going to be against flyers? Thing is, on flyers, you're -1 to hit. Fine. That only makes them shooting on 4s. So, to be honest, I suppose on an aircraft you're getting pinning on them with a light missile launcher. Other than that, I can't see why you'd take one. If you know your opponent's not going to take one, you're never going to bother with the missile launcher. Even if you've got the possibility your opponent might take a missile launch, take a flyer. I'm a bit struggling as to why you'd take a light missile launcher, but you've got options against flyers, I guess. And finally, they can have a single drone, a shield drone for 5 points, which gives shield generator. So that gives an extra thing for their shields, so it makes them more durable. It's only 5 points. With the force rifle, that makes them 135, 100, or 130 if you don't have an extra weapon, which, you know, you could have them just as anti-infantry. Shooting on 3s, that's not going to be that hard to do, to be honest. But honestly, I probably would go for an extra support weapon, to be honest, on ciphers. It'd be a shame not to, but they are going to eat up points considering there's only 6 in the unit. But they do have shields. Next you have the marionettes. Speed 612, shoot of 5, assault of 6, armour of 5, 1 hit point, nerve of 4, height 2, unit strength 2, 60 points. And they've got a constructor room. You get 5 marionettes, 4 normal and a leader, and they've all got the same weapons. They've got no rifles and assault weapons. And you can add up to an additional 5 marionettes for 10 points each. That makes it 110 points for 10, which is pretty decent. The stats aren't remarkable, but they're alright. That's all these, they're alright. You can replace 1 marionette's ranged weapons with one of the following. You can have a filibuster. I can't pronounce that, don't even try. 15 points, range 12, 2 dice, AP1, it burns. So it's basically a slightly more modified flamethrower, because it's got AP. Most flamethrowers don't. Sniper rifle for 10 points, 36 inch range, 1 dice, AP2, sniper scope, targeting systems. Which isn't bad. You could use the sniper rifle to target your opponent's special weapons, and it gives them a pin marker on them. So you've got that there. I mean, they're shooting on 5, so it's not bad, to be honest. Finally, the grenade launcher for 10 points. Range 18, 1 dice, blast D4. So you're hopefully getting extra auto hits going off. Okay. Grenade launcher's not bad. Sniper rifle's pretty decent also. The filibuster... yeah, weapons with it burns are great, but considering what we've got so far, I honestly wouldn't bother. It's 15 points and the sniper rifle and grenade launcher are cheaper. I'd honestly go with them, to be honest. Either of them. You can add one of the following drones. A twin no rifle drone for 15 points. It's got range 18, 3 dice trademark, so works for quite a few of the faction orders. Cloaking drone for 10 points gives stealthy, which gives an extra modifier to hit for shooting, which is all good. Or a communications drone for 10 points gives marksman, gives a bit of reroll for shooting, which is alright. Cloaking drone is pretty good, and the twin no rifle drone gives 3 extra dice. So even if you don't add a special weapon on, you've got 13 dice shooting at you, which ain't bad. It is expensive though. It is 15 points to do. The marionettes have got their place, but I'd honestly give them a special weapon. A sniper rifle, maybe with a unit 5, just keep them small, or a grenade launcher with a big unit of 10. Up to you, but that's how I'd do it. Next is the Kalishi. Speed 714, shoot of 5, assault of 3, armour 5, 1 hit point, nerve of 4, height 2, unit strength 1, 90 points. They've got counter, charge. Next we have the Kalishi. Speed 714, shoot of 5, assault of 3, armour of 5, 1 hit point, nerve of 4, height 2, unit strength 1, 90 points. Counter charge and stealthy. You get 4 Kalishi and the Kalishi Chief, so 5 in total. They all have the same weapons. Energy bow, 18-inch range, 1 dice, and a glaive, assault, 3 dice, AP 1. And you can add up to an additional 5 for 17 points each. So what's that? 50, 85, 175 points each. So they are the most expensive. Yeah, but in close combat they are vicious. They aren't that durable, but they are also quite fast. They've got a charge range of 14-inch, which is yikes. What you want to do is pile them up in the transport pretty sharpish, because they ain't going to last on the battlefield if you do not. Their shooting is not bad actually. Shooting on 5s is nothing to sniff at. Yes, you've only got 1 dice, but hey, marionettes shoot on 5s, so you know, that's not bad, I don't think. Next we have the Cypher Wardens. Speed 612, shoot of 4, assault of 4, armour 6, 1 hit point, nerve of 2, height 2, unit strength 2, 60 points. So the Kalishis aren't as good at taking objectives, I see. Advanced training, construct, countercharge, evade, shields 4. You only get 3, and you get an additional 3 if you want to buy more. You get 2 Cypher Wardens and a Warden Leader. They've all got the same equipment. Charge glove, 9-inch range, 2 dice, and they've got assault weaponry, which have 2 dice in this case rather than just 1. You can add up to additional 3 for 18 points each, and you can add a drone, a shield drone for 5 points. In some ways these are somewhat better than the basic ciphers, because the basic ciphers have got no rifles, which are only got 1 dice. Yes, these are shorter range, but these have got 2 dice each, so already they've got more dice, but they are going to have to get in closer. They've also got no AP on their close combat weapon, and they assault on 4s, which again isn't bad either. I do like the Wardens, though shooting on 3s is nothing to sniff at. Would I take the Wardens over the Kalishi? I possibly might do, to be honest. The Kalishi are expensive. Honestly, they should have been made cheaper. Not by much, probably, I don't know, say 150 points or something. Making it 175 points is ridiculous. For 10 in my opinion, to be honest. Finally is the Chimera Transport. I don't know how it's pronounced. Mantic do this sometimes. They do it a lot in Kings of War, but goddamn. It's spelled Chira. Speed 12-18, shooter 4, no assault. Armour of 6, 4 hit points, nerve of 3, height 4, unit strength 0, 80 points. Anti-grav, auxiliary, capacity 10, controlled fire, evade, shields 4, vehicle. Comes with twin no rifles, which are 18-inch range, 3 dice, trademark. So it's not a bad transport. It's 80 points, so it's a bit on the expensive side. And the model's quite big, so it's a pretty easy target. However, it's got shields on, which no other vehicle that I know of, I'll have to go through, no other vehicle that I know of in any other army, I should say, have got shields. It's going to be pretty good for Kalishi and Ciphers, although you could use it for any to get them close to objectives. So, yeah, you've got that going for it. It's got really weak armour though, so even with those shields of 4, that's only going to help so far. Only going to help so far. So next we have the specialists, starting on page 75. First one is the weapon platforms. Speed of 612, shooter 4, no assault. Value, armour of 5, 2 hit points, nerve of 4, height 2, unit strength 0, 100 points. Anti-grav, bulky, construct. You get 2, one's a leader, one's a weapon platform. Look, I know, look Mantic, I know each unit's got to have a leader and the units following the leader, but do you really need it for these? They both come with pulse bombards, range 6 to 24, so if you're less than 6 inch range, you can't be hit by them. 3 dice, blast D2, indirect pinning. So it's not a bad weapon. It might be a bit short range for an ordnance, but they can move and shoot on 4s, which that's not bad. You can replace either of their weapons, including the leader's one, with one of the following. Heavy fission beam for 10 points, 24 inch range, 2 dice, AP4, anti-tank, devastating D2. That's not too bad. Extra wounds caused, pretty decent. 2 dice, AP4, and you can move and shoot with it. It's not bad. The other one is the Plasma Vortex for 10 points. 36 inch range, 2 dice, AP1, anti-aircraft, blast D2 plus 1. So minimum of 2 hits, maximum of 3. It's not bad. Oh no, I tell a lie actually. It's 2 dice. So if both of them hit, that's a minimum of 1, 2. That's a minimum. That can't be right. So blast D2 is if you roll a 1 to 4, it's 1. If you roll a 5 to 8, it's 2. And that's for each dice rolled. Yeah, I must have got that right. So hang on, if I've got that right, minimum you can get is 1, 2. Minimum you can get is 4. Maximum you can get is 6. That's ridiculous. Yes, the heavy fission beam is AP4 and anti-tank and devastating, but wow. I mean, it's only 110 points to do that, but there's only 2 of them. They've only got 2 hit points each, so I mean, even if you take one out, it's going to mean the other one's broken. So yeah. I'd still probably do it though, because it's got the longest range and it can do a fair bit of damage, so I'd probably think about it, to be honest. I really would. Next we have the Black Talons. Speed 612, shoot of 3, assault of 4, armour of 6, 1 hit point, nerve of 2, height of 2, unit strength 2, 90 points. Advanced training, aerial deployment, anti-grav, construct, controlled fire, evade, shields 4, stealthy. Breathe. You get 3 and you can add an additional 2. So they come with Talon no rifles, which are the same as no rifles, but it's AP1 and vicious at shooting, so you reroll ones that fail to wound for shooting. Their assault weapons have got 2 dice rather than 1. Add an additional 2 for 30 points each, so that makes it 150 points to have 5. They ain't cheap. Their assault's better. Is their nerve value better now? Nerve value's not better. So basically they've got AP on... Oh, hang on. Because they're... Oh no, they're not trademark weapons. Oh dear. So precision designs and no charges will not work on Black Talons. I'm pretty sure they kind of should, because to be honest, they are expensive. They've got stealthy, which is an additional, which is a -1 hit, which is great. They've got some good stuff. They really have. But I'd have thought you'd leave trademark on their weapons, Mantic. I don't see why you haven't, to be honest. You can give them a shield drone for 5 points, which I probably would, to be honest. You're spending a fair bit of points on them anyway, so you might as well. I can see the point of Black Talons, but you are putting a fair bit of points for them to be useful, to be honest. Next we have the Macedon Combat Team. Speed 612, no shoot, assault of 5, armour of 6, 2 hit points, nerve of 5, height 2, unit strength 2, 40 points. Counter charge, headstrong, resilient 1. They all got the same weapons. You get 1 Sawaki and a Sawaki leader. I'm sorry if I've pronounced that one, but that's how it looks like it sounds. They both come with the shock maul, 3 dice, AP1 in close combat. It's an assault weapon. It's not bad. Hit on 5s in close combat. You haven't got 2 of them though. They have got 2 hit points each. You can add it 2 additional for 3 for 18 points each. They're only 1 point more than a Cypher, I believe, aren't they? I know they're the same points as a Cypher Warden. So they have got 2 hit points rather than just 1. They've got resilient on them, but they haven't got shields. You can replace up to 3 Sawaki, including the leader, with Inashi. I can't pronounce these ones. For 5 points each, giving them light blades, which essentially gives it an extra dice, an extra AP, and vicious in assault. So rerolls 1s for wounding in close combat. 5 points each, so that's 15. So have an additional 3 is 30, 54, 94, 109 points. That's not bad. You are spending a lot of points on them, considering what they are, but I mean, the amount of dice they can do in close combat. Yes, they're only hitting on 5s in close combat, but the amount of dice, that really is. Maybe consider them. Probably over the Kalishi, to be honest, because they've got better armour. And they're a bit more resilient. Next we have the Sky Razors. Speed 12-18, shoot of 4, assault of 6, armour of 6, 2 hit points, nerve of 3, height of 3, unit strength 2, 90 points. Advanced training, anti-grav, bulky, construct, evade. You get 2 Sky Raiders, one's obviously a leader. They both get twin no rifles, and their assault weaponry is 2 dice. You can have up an additional 2 for 40 points each, so that is 170 points for 4. That's not bad. They are quick, so they can get near objective pretty well, and the unit strength too, so it's not like they can't take objectives pretty decently. Shooting on 4s, they've got 3 dice each, so having 4, that's 12 shots. And they trademark weapons, so they can be affected pretty well by some of the orders, which is nice. I've not found a use for them myself, but then again, I've not seen them being used. Comments below if you think I'm wrong on that. If you don't think they're that usable, but I think maybe having 5 in the unit I think would have made more sense, but you know, that's just me. Next we have the Marionette Phantom. Speed 612, shoot of 5, assault of 4, armor of 7, 4 hit points, nerve of 3, height of 3, unit strength 2 for 50 points. That's not bad points wise for what it is, to be honest. Advanced training, construct, controlled fire and walker. Comes with 2 Talon no rifles, so I'm not going to tell you what they do because I've just told you for the Black Talons. Their assault weaponry, the Marionette Phantom's assault weaponry, is 3 dice, AP 1, vicious in assault, and you can add up an additional 2 for Phantoms for 50 points each, so that's 150 points for 3. I'd probably do that because that's ridiculous, I think. Yeah, these Talon no rifles have actually got trademark on them, so I think it might be a error on Mantic's part for not putting a trademark on the Black Talons and no rifles. That's just what I think, considering what I've just seen. I mean, they've got 2 of them each, so that's 2 shots. 3 of them, so that's 6 shots. Shooting on 4s. Oh no, shooting on 5, sorry. Assault on 4s with 3 dice. They can basically do it all, actually. Should they have stealthy on them? Comment below if you think they should do. I'm pretty sure they should do, considering what they are. I could be wrong on that. Finally, we have the Matsudan Support Team. Speed of 612, shoot of 5, assault of 5, armor 6, 2 hit points, nerve of 5, height of 2, unit strength 2, 55 points. Headstrong and resilient. Both of them got the same weapons. You get one the leader, one normal. They're okay. Ozeki, I think it's pronounced. They get an Iron Barrage, which is range 18, 2 dice, AP 1, pinning. So not a bad pinning weapon. Bit short range, but you know. Well, no, it's not. No, the Forge Father, Hellstorm, autocannon's 18 inch range, so it's not really, is it? Their assault is 2 dice. You can add up to an additional 3 for 23 points each. So that's 69. Nice. 69. So 16 make it 115. Uh, 125. No, 124, sorry. 124 points for 5, so that's not bad. Got 2 dice each. They're basically an elite shooter unit. You can replace up to 3 of them, including the leader, which is nice, because that means the leader can have a special weapon and just survive. With a Yokozuna for 10 points each. They've got 2 dice for assault, but they replace the ranger weapon with an ion cannon. Range 24, 2 dice, AP2, anti-tank. So basically you are swapping out the pinning for anti-tank. Yes, you've got the extra AP and the extra range, but the main thing is anti-tank. So do you want them to take out vehicles, or do you want them to pin infantry? There's your options. Plus, I suppose you've still got 2 ion barrages, so you've still got a little bit of pinning just in case you need it. But they haven't got targeting systems, so you're going to have to fire everything at the same unit. Next we've got the support, starting on page 77. First one is the Spectre Blademaster. Speed 615, shoot of 4, assault of 4, armour of 6, 5 hit points, wow. Nerve of 3, 5, height 4, unit strength 1 at 95 points. Advanced training, anti-grav, controlled fire, counter-charge, oh my god, evade, 4 shields, shield generator, vehicle walker. Breathe. Joking aside, without reading all the weapons, that's nasty. That's very nasty. Having it be able to charge 15-inch, yikes. So what does it come with? It's got a light missile launcher, range 24, 1 dice, AP2, anti-aircraft, blast, targeting systems, which is pretty decent, quite honestly. Also comes with a soul blade, which is assault weapon, obviously, 6 dice, AP3, anti-tank, elite. So you can reroll 1s for hitting in close combat. Yeah, be able to charge 15-inch with 6 dice at AP3. That's going to hurt any vehicle-based thing, and even with a pin marker. So even if you don't win combat, you still get to pin them. You can replace it with an assassin for 10 points extra. Keeps the light missile launcher, but it gets a macro fission beamer, 18-inch range, 4 dice, AP3, anti-tank, marksman. Assault weaponry has gone down to 3 dice, AP1. So, do you want the Spectre to be anti-infantry? Yes, you've got light missile launcher, but mainly anti-infantry and a bit anti-tank, because that's what the blade does. Or do you want it to be anti-vehicle? You've got options. Even in close combat though, 3 dice at AP1, that's not really that bad. That's potentially going to do a fair bit of damage. It's got controlled fire, counter-charge and evade, so you've got options for when you're being charged with the Spectre Blade Master. Well, if something charges it, should I say. So quite honestly, it's pretty decent, honestly. It is pretty decent. It's not that expensive, 105 points. It's, yeah. So next we have the Chromia weapon platform. Speed 1218, shoot of 4, no assault, armour of 6, 5 hit points, nerve of 3, height 4, unit strength 1, 100 points. It's got anti-grav, controlled fire, evade, 4 shields, vehicle. Has a super heavy plasma vortex, range 24, 2 dice, AP3, blast D4. So, minimum of 1 hit, minimum of 1 hit, maximum of 8. So, yeah, that's nasty. That's a really good anti-infantry weapon. Not bad mid-vehicle weapon, as long as it ain't got heavy armour, because if it's got heavy armour, it's going to be a little bit neh. You can replace it with a super heavy fission beamer for 20 points. 36-inch range, 2 dice, AP5, anti-tank, devastating 2. So against vehicles, that's going to be really good. 120 points to do that though. I can see the point of it. It has got shields, so that's helpful. Being it's got armour 6, So, so there's that there. So we'll see. We'll see. I think it does have use, but it's the armour of 6 that sticks out to me. I know it's got shield, which is going to be really, really powerful and going to do a lot for it, but an armour of 6. Would armour 7 be too powerful though? I don't think so, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Next we have the escort. Shuttle at the back. Speed of 12, 18, shoot of 4, no assault, armour of 6, 4 hit points, nerve of 4, height 4, unit strength 1, 125 points. Anti-grav, controlled fire, evade, shields of 4, targeting systems, vehicle. So comes with twin no rifles. These are 4 dice, and they've got pinning and AP1. Oh, twin no cannons, that's why. It's also got pulse bombard, which was on the weapon weapon platforms on page 75. It's not bad actually. You can split your fire up if you want, so you can have it one weapon targeting one unit, pinning them. Oh no, they've both got pinning on, so you can pin 2 units at once. Great. May replace the pulse bombard with one of the following: heavy fission beamer. We've just gone over. Oh yeah, heavy fission beam. We've gone over that, and the plasma vortex. We've also gone over that. The heavy fission beamer is 20 points, and the plasma vortex. Sorry, the heavy fission beamer is 20 points, and the plasma vortex is 10 points. You are getting the infantry twin no cannons with pinning, which is great. So you could go for the blast. I probably wouldn't, because the pulse bombard has got better range, and if they get close enough, you've got the twin no cannons to tell them to. No. The heavy fission beamer, however, is not a bad option if you want some anti-tank going off with it. I don't think it's a bad option whatsoever. Finally, we have the assassin. Speed 12, 18, shoot 4, no assault, armour 6, 3 hit points. Wow, I thought it'd have more than that. Wow. Nerve 5, height 4, unit strength 1, 135 points each. Anti-grav, shields of 4, shield generator, stealth, vehicle. Comes with twin no cannons, which I've just been over, and a railgun, which is 48 inch range, 2 dice, AP4, marksman, anti-tank, devastating, D2+1. So can potentially do a lot of wounds. But yeah, I think honestly it should have a sniper on it, to be honest. But would that make it too powerful? It is 135 points. It has got shields on and a shield generator, but it's only got 3 hit points. It's a risky unit. I think it's a very risky unit, but you could make it work. Plus it's got the twin no rifles to soften a unit up first, if it gets close enough, of course. So finally we have the command, starting on page 79. First one is the Cypher Prime. Speed of 6, 12, shoot of 3, assault of 4, armour of 6, 2 hit points, nerve of 2, height of 2, unit strength 1, 50 points. Construct, controlled fire, evade, inspiring, shield of 4, small unit 3, which means it can have up to 2 bodyguards with it, and it'll be, sorry, the small unit mean an additional -1 to hit as long as you don't have more than 3 models in the unit. Tactician gives a black dice. The commando order is reconnect the synapse It's an aura and uses 2 command points. All friendly Cypher, Cypher Warden, Black Talon and Marionette units within 15 inch gain regeneration, which is nice. Does that apply to Marionette Phantoms? I think it should, but that's just what I think. It's got Marionette in the name, so why not? It's nice range for an aura, 15 inch. It's very nice. It comes with a no pistol, which is 12 inch range, 2 dice, and also a light blade, which is assault weapon, 2 dice, AP2. You can add up to 2 Cypher Wardens for 18 points each, or 2 Cyphers for 20 points each. And you can add a shield drone for 5 points. Would I add Cypher Wardens or Cyphers? I suppose it depends what you want to take the most of. Do you want to get the most out of shooting or close combat? I'd probably go for Cyphers just so you can stay out of the way and just keep giving orders. That's probably what I do. But that's just me. It's not a bad commander. It's 50 points. It's not that expensive. I'd have thought it'd be more, but no. It's not bad actually. It's not bad. Next we have the Black Talon Prime. Speed 612, shoot of 3, assault of 4, I'd have thought it'd be assault of 3. Whatever. Armour of 6, 2 hit points, nerve of 2, height of 2, unit strength 1, 80 points. Aerial deployment, anti-grav, controlled fire, construct, evade, inspiring, shields of 4, small unit, which it should be a small unit of 3, doesn't have brackets there, needs FAQing. Stealthy, hand tactician, red. So it's not bad tactician wise either. Command order, silent strike. Instant, uses 2 command points. 2 friendly Black Talon units within 12 inch may immediately make a shoot action. These units are not then marked as activated unless they already were. So that's pretty useful, but you are going to have to spend some points on Black Talons for it to be usable. Otherwise it's not that good, is it really? Comes with a Talon no pistol, which is range 12, 2 dice, AP1, vicious in shooting, and it's got a light blade, which I've already gone over. You can add up to 3 additional Black Talons for 30 points each. Would I add any? Oh no, because let's say you add 2 to keep it as high the unit as possible without you losing the small unit thing. That's an extra 60 points. That's 140 points for it. Oh, that's a lot of points you're pouring into it. I don't think I'd do that, to be honest. And you can have a shield drone for 5 points. But yeah. Or it's 90 points to have an additional 3, so that's 170 points for 4 models. Ooh. Oh, I don't know. I don't honestly know. Its command order is only usable on Black Talons as well. Yes, it gives a better command dice, but that doesn't mean you'll get the best command point usage each turn. I don't know about that leader, I honestly don't. Next we have the Overseer. Speed 612, shoot of 5, assault of 5, armour of 5, 2 hit points, nerve of 3, height of 2, unit strength 1, 80 points. Evade, inspiring, shields of 3, small unit 3, tactician, green. So it's got really good tactician. Command order, shield boost, instant, 2 dice. All friendly units within 9 inch with the shield keyword increase their current shields by 1 to a maximum of 4. That's really good. And from what I can gather, this lasts until the end of the turn. So yeah, that's going to be really useful. Should be an aura rather than an instant. But yeah, it is short range though, so you are going to have to a maximum of 4. There aren't many units that's going to be useful on, but if they've lost shields, this will mean it'll gain some back, so it's kind of like a shield healing command. So that's not great, but it's not bad. It comes with the charge glove, which I've already been over, and it's got 2 dice on it. It's assault weaponry. It can add up an additional 3 Cipher Wardens for 18 points each, or up to an additional 3 Ciphers for 20 points each. So do you want some support for shooting or support for close combat? You've got options. I'd keep the small unit thing alive, just have 2. Just have 2, not 3. You can have a Sakava drone, whatever that is, for 20 points. That adds a red tactician dice, so it gives more command options, which, yeah, I think might be usable, to be honest. Might be really good. And a shield drone for 5 points. I'd probably go for the Shunuvta. I can't pronounce these things. A Shunta drone over the other one. Yes, it's expensive, but you're adding more command point. And considering the commands you can get, you want as many as possible. They ain't cheap, but when they go off, they'll really go off. Next we have the Kalishi Death Strike. Speed 714, shoot of 6, assault of 3, armor of 5, 2 hit points, nerve of 5, type 2, unit strength 1, 60 points. Counter charge, inspiring, a small unit of 3, stealthy, tactician, black. So basic command dice. Command order is balance through death. It's an aura, 1 command point. All friendly Kalishi units within 12 inch may add 3 inch to any advance or sprint move they make this round. Within 12 inch, okay. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's a 17 inch charge range or a 10 inch move. So even if you shoot first and then move into combat, that's going to be something. That's really going to be something. It comes with an energy blow, which we've been over, but it does come with razor flails, which are assault weapons, 3 dice, AP2. That's nasty, and you can add an additional 2 Kalishi for 17 points each. I'd probably do that just so it's got a bit of bodyguard. Yeah, if you go Kalishi heavy, that's not a bad order. That's really not a bad order. Though I suppose you could, even if you only have 2 units Kalishi, that's going to be really good. That's going to be really good synergy. Next we have the Matsudan Toshiori. I can't pronounce these names, I'm sorry. Speed 612, shoot of 5, assault of 5, armor of 6, 3 hit points, nerve of 4, height 2, unit strength 1, 60 points. Headstrong, inspiring, resilient 1, tactician 2, black dice. So it's not bad for tactician actually. Command order, honour above all things, aura 1 command point. All friendly Matsudan units within 12 inch gain resilient 1. They've all got resilient 1, so that would, I assume, make them resilient 2, which ain't bad. Problem with it is you are going to have to use a few Matsudan units for it to be viable. Honestly, I wouldn't even consider him otherwise. The only reason why I'd possibly consider the Kalishi is that the Death Strike isn't that bad, to be honest. An extra 3 inch to the charge range, that can make all the difference. But going back to the Toshiori, you can add up to 2 of one of the following type. Are you sitting comfortably? You can add up to 2 additional Sawaki for 18 points each, or an additional 2 Ozeki for 23 points each, or an additional 2 Yokozunas for 35 points each, or an additional 2 Inishi for 23 points each. Are you writing it all down? There will be a test. Yeah, considering how many points these are, unless you're using a fair few Macedons. Then again, their shooting ones are pretty decent considering they've got good pinning or AP. So, if you're taking a few, if you're taking at least two Macedon units, yeah, it's plausible. But if you're not taking, if you're only taking one or none at all, there's no point. Finally, we have the Nasara. Nassar. Nassar. These names are antique. Anyway, speed 8, 12, 18. Shoot 4, assault of 6, armour 6, 4 hit points, nerve 3, height 4, no unit strength, 110 points. Oh god, there's a lot of keywords. Anti-grav, controlled fire, evade, 4 shields, shield generator, tactician, a red and a black. Targeting systems, vehicle, very inspiring. Command order, rapid recharge, instant, 2 command points. All friendly units within 12 inch with the shield generator keyword may immediately activate their shield generators as if it was the end phase. That's really good. You're gonna have to have a lot of actually, shield drones are only 5 points. That's amazing. Oh, that's really good. I'd consider him actually. I really would. Considering it's the vehicle one, so it's got a big. The model's not that small, and it's within 12 inch of it, so you've got a big radius. Good grief, that's good for support options. That's good. So the weapons it's got twin no cannons, which I'm pretty sure it should have AP on it. It doesn't here. Is that an erratomantic? It's got a communications disruptor, which is 18-inch range, 2 dice disruption. I don't think many have got this. I don't think. I shall have a look. This keyword is found on page 45, disruption. If this weapon scores a successful hit, do not roll to damage. Instead, the target unit is unable to benefit from any order until the end of the round and loses the effect of any order currently on it. Ooh, oh, that is hideous. That can be a really effective weapon. That is nasty. That is really nasty. It's got ramming, which is assault on 2 dice for close combat, but yikes, that is a really good one. Wow, I didn't realise how good it was, but good god. That's nasty. That's going to really be a target priority. The Asterians are an army where you're not going to have that many models, and they are not cheap. However, they all are really good at what they do. They are an army that is very brittle, in the sense of you don't get that many models, and their vehicles are a bit weak in terms of armour capabilities. However, they have got a lot of shields, which means they can absorb hits effectively. With that shield generators, that can also bring them back a little bit. That can make them a really durable army and take off a little bit of the brittleness. You're going to be using a lot of construct units, unless you really want to go for Macedon and Kalishes, which you can, but you are missing out a lot of combination options. And to be honest, you probably want to use them units sparingly. Maybe use 1, maybe 2 on bigger games, perhaps. But all the commands are really veered towards constructs and that sort of thing rather than anything else. So that's probably where you want to go for first, for building your army, and then anything else later on. Honestly, I probably wouldn't say they're an army to pick up first, because they've got a little bit of challenge to them. But that's not to say that if they are your first army, you won't get some really good stuff out of them. Because an army that has basic troops shooting on 3s is nothing short of amazing. So, that's it for now. Thank you, and goodbye.